You've been doing crunches until your abs burn. You've been cutting calories, drinking lemon water, trying those weird tea detoxes. And yet that stubborn belly fat, still there. Staring back at you every morning in the mirror like it's got a permanent lease on your midsection. Frustrating, isn't it? Here's the truth nobody wants to tell you. The fitness industry has been lying to you. Not because they're evil, but because the real answer doesn't sell fancy equipment or magic pills. The actual science behind losing belly fat is completely different from what you've been told. And once you understand how it really works, everything changes. Let me break down what's actually happening inside your body right now. Your body stores fat in a specific order, and unfortunately, your belly is usually first in, last out. Think of it like a parking garage. The first car in parks at the bottom level, the last car parks on the top floor. When it's time to leave, the top floor empties first. Your body works the same way. That belly fat you gained first. It's coming off last. That's just biology, not a personal attack from the universe. But here's where it gets interesting. Belly fat isn't just regular fat sitting there doing nothing. It's metabolically active tissue that's actually messing with your hormones. Visceral fat, the deep belly fat surrounding your organs, produces inflammatory compounds that make it harder to lose weight. It's like trying to run a race while someone's actively working against you. Your own fat is sabotaging your efforts. So what actually works, not what you think. First, throw away everything you know about spot reduction. You cannot, and I mean cannot, target belly fat specifically. Those 500 crunches you're doing, they're strengthening your abs underneath, sure, but they're not burning the fat on top. That's not how the body works. When you lose fat, you lose it from all over your body in a pattern determined by your genetics, not by which muscles you're flexing. Doing endless ab exercises to lose belly fat is like trying to drain a swimming pool by scooping water from one corner. The whole pool level drops together, or it doesn't drop at all. The real solution involves three critical factors that actually work together, and you need all three. Miss one, and you're basically spinning your wheels. Factor number one, create a legitimate calorie deficit, but do it intelligently. Notice I didn't say starve yourself. I said deficit. Your body needs to burn more energy than it consumes. That's basic thermodynamics. But here's the catch: if you cut too hard, your body panics. It thinks you're in a famine, so it holds onto belly fat even harder because that's your emergency energy reserve. It's your body's survival mode kicking in, and survival mode does not care about your beach body goals. The sweet spot, a deficit of about 300 to 500 calories per day, small enough that your body doesn't freak out, large enough to see consistent progress. At this rate, you're looking at losing about 1 to 2 pounds per week. Sounds slow, I know. But that's actually fat loss, not just water, weight, and muscle that'll come rushing back the moment you eat a normal meal again. Factor number two, prioritize protein like your results depend on it, because they do. Protein does something magical for belly fat specifically. It increases your metabolic rate through something called the thermic effect of food. Your body actually burns calories just digesting protein, way more than it does with carbs or fat. Protein also keeps you full longer, meaning you're less likely to raid the pantry at 10 p.m. because you're starving. But here's the real game changer. Protein preserves muscle while you're losing weight. And muscle is metabolically expensive tissue. It burns calories just existing. The more muscle you maintain, the higher your metabolism stays, the easier it is to keep that belly fat off long term. You should be aiming for about 0.7 to 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight every single day. That's not optional, that's essential. Factor number three, resistance training is non-negotiable. Notice I didn't say cardio, I said resistance training. Lifting weights, body weight exercises, resistance bands, anything that challenges your muscles against force. Here's why this matters so much for belly fat specifically. When you do steady-state cardio alone, you burn calories during the workout and then you're done. But resistance training, it creates an afterburn effect that keeps your metabolism elevated for hours, sometimes up to 48 hours after you finish. Your body is actively burning more calories while you sleep, while you work, while you're sitting on the couch. It's like leaving the engine running instead of just coasting. Plus, building muscle increases your basal metabolic rate permanently. Every pound of muscle you add burns an extra 6 to 10 calories per day just existing. That might not sound like much, but it adds up. 5 pounds of muscle. That's an extra 50 calories per day, 350 per week, 1,400 per month, all without doing anything extra. Now let's talk about the mistakes that are absolutely sabotaging your progress, because I see these constantly. Mistake number one, relying on cardio alone. Running for an hour might burn 400 calories, but then you're starving, so you eat a bagel and some juice, and boom, you've eaten back everything you burned plus interest. Cardio has its place, but it's not the magic bullet for belly fat. It's a supporting actor, not the star. Mistake number 2, doing extreme low-carb diets when you're also training hard. Your body needs carbs to fuel intense workouts. Cut them too low, and your performance tanks, your muscle retention suffers, and your metabolic rate drops. You end up skinny fat instead of lean and strong, not the goal. Mistake number 3, stressing about cortisol while actually creating more stress. Yes, chronic stress and high cortisol levels promote belly fat storage, that's true. But obsessing over every little stressor and trying to be perfectly calm all the time, that's just more stress. Manage what you can, sleep enough, take walks, do activities you enjoy, but don't make stress management another source of stress. Life's complicated, do your best. Mistake number 4, expecting results in 2 weeks. You didn't gain that belly fat in 2 weeks, it's not leaving in 2 weeks either. Real, sustainable fat loss takes time. If you've got 20 pounds to lose, you're looking at 10 to 20 weeks minimum. That's reality, not a failure on your part. Trust the process, track your measurements, and stop expecting overnight transformations. Here's the bottom line. Losing belly fat isn't about tricks or hacks or special exercises. It's about creating the right conditions in your body for fat loss to happen naturally. Consistent calorie deficit, enough protein to preserve muscle, resistance training to boost your metabolism, and enough patience to let the process work. Your belly fat will be the last to go, except that now and you'll save yourself so much frustration. But it will go if you're consistent with these fundamentals. The stubborn fat always loses eventually. It just takes longer than the easy fat. That's science, not motivation. So stop doing endless crunches hoping for a miracle. Stop drinking weird detox teas. Stop looking for the shortcut because there isn't one. Instead, commit to the actual process that works. Lift weights, eat enough protein, maintain a moderate deficit, and give it time. Your body will respond. It has to, that's how biology works. You just have to be consistent long enough to see it happen. Now go make it happen.